morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Witcher, Crimson and Ash. Welcome to, what are we? Salty Sweet Games. I'm the aforementioned Salty. I was about to say welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep. Nope.
Nope,
This is
wrong
Salty
show.
Sweet Games. I'm the salty one.
I'm the sweet.
And these various assorted spices are our friends. As you will see, we don't have our beloved sorceress with us again today because of internet issues after the hurricane down south. But we send Lindy our love, and hopefully she will be back with us next week. We've decided Thrin is just trying on like so many dresses and like so many different hairstyles that she's just going to be fashionably late to this not at all a sex party. Anyways, before we go around and chat with everybody, we're going to run through some channel stuff real quick. First, a ton of thanks to our sponsors, the longest running being Roll20, our virtual tabletop of choice, which unites gamers across any distance with easy-to-use tools that run straight from your web browser for free. And, you know, if you ever have any questions about it, you can just @ me on Twitter, Katie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never.
I didn't have any questions.
Why would you? Because it's so intuitive, and I am just a bastion of knowledge. So if you did have questions, you can ask them of me. Is this good? Is this promoing? Am I doing it?
Let's go over to the next sponsor.
Oh, our next sponsor, Dice Envy. If you like those physical click-clacks, if you like those chunky boys, as I do, only BOIS boys. We're affiliates with Dice Envy. You can go to their website and use the code SaltySweet, all caps, one word, to get 10% off your order. They're coming out with new dice all the time. Their most recent being Stepdaddy. I'm not lying to you.
It is called Stepdaddy.
It's called Stepdaddy. Not here to replace your daddy dice. Just wants to like be part of your life. You know what I'm saying?
If I remember correctly, it's black and gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's strong. It gives off strong musk. Anyway, if you want the Stepdaddy dice or any dice, my personal favorite are probably the America's Ass dice. They have metal, they have gemstone, they have wood. That's not a joke. They just have wooden dice.
Like these ones.
Like these. Mwah. Anyway, what else can we possibly talk about? We can talk about Grinding Coffee Co., a Black and LGBT plus owned company. They make all organic brews, and portions of their proceeds go to charity. We are partners with them, and you can go to their website and use the code SaltySweetGames, all caps, one word, to get 13% off your order. They have a subscription service. They're coming out with some new flavors for the fall, which are pretty exciting, like the blended kind. My personal favorite is Peru. And everybody who's tried it can vouch for me. They're doing it already. It's delicious.
Guess who just made an order of Peru? That would be me.
Oh,
Katie!
yay!
Katie, everyone's joining me.
If someone hypes it every single week, so I was like, well, I gotta order some.
Could it be? We don't know. And last but not least, because I never forget things, and I've never forgotten a damn thing in my life, Artel Saurian is our very, very special sponsor for this campaign. They have been giving away a Witcher core rulebook for us every week because they're awesome. So if you would like to get your hands on this game, which is a really awesome system, I seriously recommend it. I had never played it before we started this game, and I love it. So if you would like to get your... Oh, everything minimized for a second, but we're back. If you'd like to get your hands on that, which you absolutely should, you can just type exclamation giveaway in chat, and then we'll get that to you. All the rules are there. Anyways, there's one more thing I have to say. Oh, there are two more things. I lied, but I didn't forget, so I just lied to you instead. Look down below, and there are incentives. If you would like to tip us here at Salty Sweet Games, we have a $5, $10, and a $20 basically different tiers, and can give people different perks like a reroll, which is great in the system, especially if you don't want to turn into a werewolf in the middle of a sex party. Not a sex party. So
Hedonism party.
yeah.
We'll just call it.
Sure, we're calling it not a sex party. Anyway.
We also have another option down below. As some of you may know, we are producing a new horror TTRPG podcast that's coming out in 2021. And you can support us by one of those donation options. So you can actually sponsor a part of the episode, of an episode of the podcast, and we'll make sure to shout out your name and all that stuff. So please go check that out down below.
There is another thing. Safety!
Yes.
Safety. We use safety tools here. We use lines, veils, accent and note cards, stars and wishes, and content warnings because while the characters may be at a sex party, maybe, the players... No, I can't make that work because we're all very into it. While the characters may be put through hell, the players are here to have fun, and they're a priority always. So, with that out of the way, I am playing Maggie the cat. She's a criminal who is also a lycanthrope, cursed with lycanthropy. Invited her cousins here, probably because she wants to beat them up. Yeah, and she's currently, her best friend's mom's hand is on her thigh, and it's too high. Kiana, who are you playing?
Not high enough.
Too high?
Oh boy, yeah. This is fine. This is cool. I play Lupa, who is the resident witcher of the group. Uses they them pronouns. They are here to have a chat with a crime grandma who wants to kill them. And crime grandma had just showed up and flirted with Sila's dad, and they're also trying to help Sila out, not being seen by her ex-fiance. And they're also very uncomfortable because this is not a sex party that's happening. I mean, they have the white cord and everything that says they're not interested in anything, which is cool. But also, there's just so much going on, and they don't know what to do. They're too much stimulation. Too much.
Too much stimulation, did you say?
I said stimulus.
Oh. Okay.
And I heard stimulation too. That's exactly where my mind went.
Yep.
Aren't stimulus just sources of stimulation? Isn't that how that works?
I think you might be right. So, Katie, who are you? Who are you playing?
I'm Katie. I play Sila the Bard. We both use she, her pronouns. And this is my parents, not a sex party. So it's my mom who has her hand not high enough on Maggie's thigh right now. So I would be enjoying this, except my fiance, who I tried to escape by faking my death to only him, is here looking for me. And now there's an assassin sitting next to my dad, and the world's just falling apart around me, and I'm having a little bit of a panic attack, and I don't know what's going on. So it's fine. This is fine.
Good. Hans, what the hell are you doing here?
I just don't want my mansion to explode, Hans.
Okay, we already covered that's probably not going to happen. But the thing that I love about this game is the way that we use safety tools is because I have invented none of the things that are happening right now. None of this is my doing. I just put all of these things in the same box.
Yeah.
But I was given all of these things and said, this is a real cool thing, don't you think? I'm like, yeah, why don't we just have all these action figures talk in the same little setup? And look what happened. So
there's been no kissing yet, though.
just the
there's been no on-camera kissing, as far as you know, right?
A lot of rooms in this estate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We have already discussed all the makeout nooks, which have been used only to discuss people secretly so far. But there's only one camera in this particular scene. Lauren, I need film terms. Scene?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, scene. There's one camera. Okay, so last time, the crew prepared for a party at the estate of Igar and Iona, the parents of Sila. Maggie and Sila looked for hidden passages and secret rooms that might house hidden assassins. Lupa was given a cord by Iona that would inform party guests that Lupa had no interest in anything intimate. Party guests started to arrive, including Eldon, Sila's former fiancé, who still lingers in the lounge, and Marjorie Lalvin, the crime grandma that wants Lupa dead. At the very end, Maggie narrowly fought off her curse and avoided transforming into a werecat, but found herself physically stuck between Iona and Igar, surrounded by Marjorie Lalvin and the assassins, with Lupa and Scylla just outside on the patio, watching it happen. I gotta say, your recap, all of you with the emotion, was much better than my recap. Mine's very clinical. Yeah, so
You gotta be
we are
objective.
I guess so. I mean, realistically, it just comes from trying to type this thing out real fast at the end of the last session. So, the situation we're in, everybody is adjacent to the lounge. In the very center, there's a giant chaise. It's underneath slightly nude portraits of Igar and Iona. And on that chaise, we have Maggie in the center, Igar and Iona, Marjorie Lalvin, Crime Grandma, some other lady we haven't been introduced yet to over here on this side of Iona. And then in the background, kind of zooming out, we've got a lot of people milling around. Oh, not really. Before we zoom out that far, we have 3 assassins who have surrounded the chaise in kind of like a triangular formation. The triangle is better if I point that way at you. And then beyond that, we zoom out a little bit. We've got the rest of this lounge. Eldon, the former fiance of Scylla, crossing towards the patio, walking away from where he last spoke to Maggie, who is now just like ducked over the chaise lounge towards everybody else. And now outside on the patio, we have in front, Lupa. Behind, hiding, Scylla. That's my synopsis, I think.
Yeah, that's
There's
good.
a lot of other people we've met who are here in this room, but that's all the really interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, we last stopped with Scylla and Lupa out on the patio. I would say at this point, everything that we just described is pretty visible. So what are you going to do out there?
We've seen Maggie we can see Maggie fighting transformation.
Fought back the transformation, yes.
Mhm.
I think we described the very ripped back of Maggie, like struggling, and you all watching that happen.
Yeah.
Is there someone out here that's wearing a shawl? There's gotta be, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, clearly.
I want to go up to this person and be like, darling, you look marvelous. Can I see this for a moment? I want to go show it. I'm Sala. I want to go show it to my mother. I think she would love to know where you got it from, and probably show it off to everyone. And I want to try to persuade them to give me that shawl.
Okay. It sounds like you want to make the roll, so why would I tell you no to that? Let's do that.
I mean, if I don't gotta, I won't.
If you don't have to, you don't want to make the roll, you don't have to make a roll. Just take
Okay, I just want to take this shawl so I can put it over my head so Eldon doesn't see me.
Okay, let's talk about some of our pros and cons. Pro, this shawl is extremely long, like 6 feet. Cons, the shawl extremely sheer because this is a lingerie party. So between these two things, you can probably do something fairly good, but it is going to involve like doubling or quadrupling.
Oh yeah, I'm going to wrap it a couple. Yeah, just wrap it around a couple.
Okay, right.
I think Lupa
Nothing
like
can go wrong with that.
Lupa kind of like does this thing of like, should I help, and look to their
Is
clawed
it awkward
hands.
help? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's the and remember they have clawed hands, so just get like
Shawl's
caught in the
destroyed.
sheer fabric, and they're just like, no.
Thank you, Lupa. Does it work a little bit at least? Like maybe he won't notice.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, here goes. And Scylla is going to just hurriedly walk in and try to get as close to. She does not give a shit about Marjorie Lalvin. She does not give a shit about the assassins. She cares about Maggie and her parents. So she wants to get as close to them as she can while avoiding Eldon. And I will roll stealth for this if I have to.
That's cool. I have one clarifying question.
Yes.
So Scylla's wearing an outfit, and is this an old outfit that she already had, or is this a new outfit?
This, I had said before, this is an old dress she already has.
No.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
no.
all I wanted to know.
Oh.
God damn it.
That's it. You didn't do anything wrong. You've never done anything wrong in your life. Everything's great. Don't worry.
Thanks,
Okay.
Hans. Thanks for the reassurance.
You're welcome. I would like to point out to you, you have this very cool bard skill called Fade.
I do. I forgot about that. Yeah, I will roll Fade.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, it's very possible no one will notice you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll see what he rolls. He's not the smartest man.
I'm giving him a -2 to this because I don't think this is the place where he is paying attention. But I
Oh,
did
well, I'm gonna spin luck.
hold on, because this is still a crit. Oh,
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 well. Do you know what Eldon does want to pay attention to? Scylla. That is pretty much it.
oh my god! Thank God you crit
Okay.
on that.
The thing I just told Allie in chat is the thing that is actually how life goes. When you're GMing, you just do what the dice say. So Scylla begins walking like stealthily, maybe up against the wall like this, like into the party. And Eldon turns like a hound scenting game and just like does like a almost 180-degree pivot and walks directly towards Scylla.
I wrote down Scylla tries to stealth with a shell. It goes poorly.
I think just because you critted, and it makes sense in my mind, I think she stops like a deer in the headlights.
I do love all of our analogies here. It's perfect.
I mean, yeah, like a hound hunting and deer.
Yes,
Yeah,
love it.
it all
Thank
works
you.
together. She, like her eye, she sees Eldon, she freezes up, and then her eyes dart to her parents and to Maggie, and then dart back to Eldon. And I think she's so scared she can't move. Does he get closer? Like, is he coming over quick?
I don't think he's going any quicker. I don't think that's really Eldon's style. He's not going to make a scene here. He's not going to be super loud in public or anything like that. He's just being very determined about going in this direction.
She's gonna stay there. When he gets close enough, she's gonna punch him
Yes!
right in the kisser.
Yes! That's what
Wow.
I wanted to happen.
I absolutely
Just to
love it.
I
Let's
think
do
she's
it.
trying to cause a scene.
Okay. Yep. Let's
yes,
do that. Okay. I am ready when you are. Eldon,
Would that be brawling?
Yeah, I think you're going to be brawling.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll random because I think she's gonna try to punch him right in the face, but he's so tall and she's so just scared and just anxious. I think she's just gonna swing.
Go for it.
Yes.
Oh wait, I did fast strike. Is that always 2 attacks?
Yes.
So should I roll strong strike?
You can. I mean, I think it gives you minus penalty. If you don't do 2 attacks, like if it rolls twice, if you're not
Okay,
punching
yeah,
twice,
I don't.
you
I'm
just
just
let the
gonna
roll
do
stand.
1.
Okay.
Oh, 18 both.
So here's the thing that's happening right now. You like ball your fist up. What's it look like?
Yeah, I think her fists are already balled at her side because she's just like, her whole body's tense. And I think she just quickly just rounds back and just quickly just punches right out in front of her.
Okay. Now, we have already described Eldon, and he is basically like if you were to take like a ham and give it like a no, not really, but you know what I'm saying. He's
I know what you're saying. He's just a ham.
He's just like a very large piece of meat that is also a man. So with this, he does not move at all. He doesn't try to dodge at all when you go to punch him in the face. He just gets punched in the face.
Good.
Yeah. And
He just doesn't react. He just takes it.
Yeah, he just turns his head a little bit. His nose starts bleeding, and he's just standing there having been punched full in the face.
She just says, sorry.
So maybe with like some blood starting to run down his face at this point, is there a phase 2 of this plan? Because Eldon still hasn't said anything.
Not for Scylla or Katie.
Is Lupa just behind you?
I mean, I think Lupa, like, as soon as they saw, like, oh, she's been caught, I think they're straightening up. And I'm gonna do the, bigger friend getting in the middle kind of situation.
So that starts happening, and there is a moment here. If you've been punched in the nose, you know that thing where your eyes start to water? I mean, just in general, you hit your nose, your eyes start watering. So that might be happening. That might be what's going on here. Eldon reaches into a pocket where apparently he has a handkerchief and brings it up to his nose, holds it across his nose like so, and does a very small bow with just his head, and begins walking to the front door.
Oh.
When
Okay.
he walks to the front door, Scylla just breathes a sigh of relief and she runs over to Maggie. That's a problem for future Scylla.
Did this draw
Relatable.
any attention whatsoever?
It's not common for people to get punched, I think, at these parties. I think that's the unusual thing. So there are now, let's say, 2 servants walking towards Scylla. Margot, who is like, she's like fanning a claw. She's like, I found him. And then another servant coming from the other direction, who's just like generally walking up.
Hate Margot.
To be fair, I think you were the hard one to find, not Eldon. So
That's fair.
I think Scylla slides to her knees in front of Maggie, like in between her parents.
So you're in
And-
front of the chaise now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she goes, Maggie, are you all right?
Hi. Yeah, no, I was just having a really interesting conversation with, didn't catch your name, sorry, to Marjorie Lawman.
You look very sweaty.
It's a glow. I'm glowing. I'm busy.
Marjorie Lalvin has totally ignored you and is using one finger to do this to the like side of Igar's chin. So yeah.
He's not even my dad, and that's gross.
It's not legal.
Ew.
This is not legal.
Oh, I'm so sad Lindy's missing this.
I think Scylla turns and looks. She says, I'm sorry, who are you filling up my father?
The lady Marjorie Lalvin with this like beautiful like silver hair, very high collared dress, like turns and looks at you and says, "That's right, you must be the daughter. We're busy here, dear. Take your friend with you."
I'm sorry, but I'm old enough to be involved in any business my parents are involved in.
Don't say
Also, at
that.
this moment, where is Lupa?
And where is Iona's hand?
I think Lupa's still hanging back, and I think they're kind of like they're walking in a loop like towards the side rather than like being directly in Marjorie Lalvin's.
Do you
Sight.
have any wish to actually roll stealth here?
Oh,
I think it'd be funny.
they're not bad at stealth.
Do it for the meme.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna
Okay.
try to.
Okay. Because you do have a trio of assassins who are standing point at this point.
Yeah. We'll give that a go real quick. 14.
What am I not doing? Oh, I didn't leave a space. Of course I didn't.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what Maggie sees pretty quickly is the assassin who is in front. This is Miriam, who is standing in front of Marjorie Lalvin at the point of the triangle. The other 2 are in the back, which are Juna and Assassin 3, whose name I never remember.
Anika.
Anika, thank you. I think I was doing Annika, but still, Anika's.
Oh, Annika. Yeah, that makes
we're
sense.
Good, we're good. Any of the above are good. So with this, Miriam makes some sort of like subtle hand sign like that, and Marjorie Lalvin gets up suddenly from the chaise and just says, "Excuse me," and turns around, starts
Yikes.
walking to behind the chaise where she sees Lupa. The entire triangle starts moving off in that direction.
Yeah, I don't think Lupa freezes like Scylla did. I think it was just like, okay, like I'm stopping now, and just.
Yeah, you're a lot more professional than Scylla.
But it's just like it's like the I'm not gonna try to keep sneaky around. It's like the all right, I'm stopped here, and I'm gonna wait until you.
Yeah, so they're moving in your direction. Is there anything else we want to resolve over at the chaise, or did that pretty much solve that situation for now?
just want to get away from Sila's parents. I just want to leave.
I think Sila looks at her father and she says, "You know Mondralava wants Lupa dead, right?"
He's holding this little one. He goes, "Oh, you know, it's a party. We've got to entertain people appropriately. We can't just send them out on their heels like this. You told me to invite her."
You could have kept entertaining her instead of letting her leave.
What do you mean right there? I don't really think I had very much. I was offering as much as I could have offered. I mean, I guess I could have. But, and he starts like,
You're insufferable. Do you know that?
Excuse us, we have to be going now. Take Sila's hand.
Yeah, she goes with Maggie.
so as that is going on the other side, we have the four. We have Marjorie and the three assassins advancing on Lupa. They form a triangle around the two of you, and like a servant starts coming over with a tray that has flutes of wine on it, and one of the assassins just like pushes them to the side, so they have to steer away.
It's incredible. I hope it was Juna.
Yes, let's have it be Juna.
Amazing.
So you now have a perimeter established around you and Martra Laufin, and it's also pretty much blocking the back door to the patio.
Love that for me.
Mm-hmm. So Marjorie Laufin, she had a very quick gait as she started around the chaise, but now it has slowed to being maybe even a little bit slinky as she approaches towards Lupa. And it's very if you were stalking a baby animal that you had already caught, since we're using the hunting analogies today. And with that, Marjorie Laufin approaches Lupa and gives you the coldest glare that you could receive from a person. That took long enough.
Good to see you too, Marjorie.
No. Not at all. Do you have to stay alive? I mean, aren't you tired of it all yet?
Wow, damn, all right.
So we're clear, yeah.
How dare you be alive, Lupa?
That's what
Aren't you
yeah.
bored? Can't you just not
Die?
Oh my god,
mean,
yeah, I think that this kind of... I mean, I could be asking the same of you.
I mean, I suppose that's fair since I don't have any sort of sorceress potions keeping me alive, but still, hasn't this gone on long enough?
I would say the same about the apparent grudge you hold for what, 50 years now?
Very pointy silver nail shot in your direction as she says, "The problem is very simple. I told people you were going to be dead and they wouldn't have to deal with you, and that didn't come true."
And what people are these exactly?
That's not your concern. But do you know how many times I have disappointed customers in my life?
I'm guessing I'm the only exception.
You are correct. It's not very good for my reputation.
I think Lupa just kind of holds out their hands. The sword is at their side still, and
Yeah.
obviously they would be quick enough to grab it, but they're kind of just
Psst. Juna. Psst. Juna. Juna.
Juna's she's keeping the perimeter. She just does a blow a kiss motion at you and doesn't look in your direction at all.
I'm trying to ask you a question. Are you picking up on any sexual tension there?
She's like a...
Oh.
Sila's just grabbed a shoot of champagne and has downed it as quick as possible.
Yep. Yeah, the waiter's still just standing there.
How armed do these assassins look? Is there room under their clothes for hidden things?
Okay, now it's going to look like you're just checking them out, but that's really a practice paranoia roll.
Sure. I love that. I love that for
Yes.
me. Oh no, I'm too distracted by her body.
Take one of those re-rolls. We have 2.
Yeah, I'm
You
only
want
at
me
a-
to?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
It's probably a good.
take it.
Yeah.
I
We
wanna
should.
know.
We should see if there are any traps. I'll use one of the rerolls. We should see if there are
Okay.
traps. I guess.
that's clear.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, cool. So they are armed. They are not terribly subtle about it. All 3 of them have knives in like thigh sheaths, and one of them has another knife behind their back.
Hmm.
And they don't seem like the kind of person who would carry a knife without it also being poisoned or something else bad.
Cheating! I
Said
want
the person with a
poison
bottle
for
of
my
chloroform.
knives.
Yeah, well,
I
you're too busy
want
chloroforming
poison
people.
on my knives.
You've got chloroform.
That's I've got
So much
chloroform.
chloroform.
Also, if you take their poison knives, then you have poison knives. So it's really like a gift to you in the
You're
end.
so smart, Hans. You're so smart. So generous. Okay, I point out, I'm like, okay, there's 2 have thigh sheaths. That one also has a shy thief. A thigh sheath, but also one behind her back. And they're probably poisoned. That's what I would do if I really wanted to kill a witcher. Oh, I've thought about this a lot.
We could technically, if we thought Lupa could talk their way, just keep them busy for a moment, we could technically go elsewhere in the house. I'm sure, without a doubt, my parents have poison somewhere.
Sure, but I think Lupa would, unless they're like actually attacking them, I think Lupa might have a problem with that, and then we never hear the end of it. Lupa's like very anti-proactive poisoning.
No, I mean, but don't we want to be like ready to attack?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, I am too. But
Should we just attack them? Should we just attack? Probably not. We should probably not be the ones to start it.
we shouldn't, and also we don't know where Thrin is. Thrin's been getting ready for ever now, so we shouldn't attack without Thrin.
But if they attack, we could attack.
If Lupa provokes, then we attack.
Yeah, you're right. It probably will be Lupa's fault. Makes sense.
I mean, I don't think it'll be Lupa's fault. I think Lupa would just say the wrong thing and Modulauven would make them attack.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We could form our own triangle with Lupa. So we'd be like also surrounding Modulauven.
So
If
like,
Lupa's
go
that...
off into-
Yeah, you go to that corner. I'll stay here, like near Juna. Don't worry about it.
I figured you were going to say that.
It's just very aesthetically pleasing over here.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna have our own triangle.
Okay, so there's like 2 interlocking triangles
Yep.
here. That's good.
Triangle.
So,
Yep.
yeah, at this point, Modulauven has pointed to Lupa again and just says, okay, I've got one idea of how you can make this up to me. This whole continuing to be alive thing.
Well, this is the first time we're actually having a conversation when you're not immediately trying to kill me, so...
I know, I'm giving you this chance. Don't waste it.
What?
There's a place called the Solemn Writ. Have you heard of it yet?
Several times now, yes.
Good. That's how it should be. Tomorrow, because this isn't going to end anytime soon, this party, and I have things I need to do. Tomorrow, you come there. We talk about it. You do a job for me. When it's finished, we'll call this done.
I think like Maggie and Sila, when Lupa's getting pissed off but doesn't feel like they should do anything about it. It's like the ears probably are straight up, and like there's this like rolling of the shoulders and shifting on feet. Do you remember how this all started?
Yeah, I just told you, you stayed alive when you weren't supposed to, and I'm upset about it still.
You hired me for something, and then you tried to kill me, which is not how these transactions work.
No, that's how I meant it to go. You were supposed to die, and I told people you were going to die.
I don't even like I've been in retirement for 20 years. I don't do anything that would get in the way of other people. Apparently other
Is
than
that so?
you.
Have you ever been to Temeria?
But I'm saying anything.
Some of us have wide-reaching interests. Tomorrow, noon, solemn writ. Or I could just go back to plan A and I could just blow up the house like I was thinking about doing in the first place. Because I know where you are right now.
Just hear from her little corner.
Yeah.
And she just like turns and points at Annika. I'm gonna say Annika because I'm already stuck to it now. So we turn and we look at Annika, and Annika's just like holding a big piece of fuse, like this. And she's like,
Jesus Christ.
"We've been here a while."
Let me kill them. Let me kill them.
How do I know that you're not just gonna kill me as soon as I get into your hideout?
You really don't, but let's face it, you seem to be good at staying alive.
Yeah, part of that is not walking into obvious traps.
Bring your gang. You know I'm going to have people there. It's hardly an issue.
We're not their gang.
I think Lupa doesn't look over to their friends because they're pretty focused on this, but they know that they're there, so it's kind of like the fine. Are you gonna dismantle the explosives, or do I have to do that?
This is still just a threat. I'm not planning on getting rid of anything right now, but I don't think you need to spend any time either.
Shall I escort you to the door?
Is this going to take you all night? Is this what you're going to do instead of having fun at a party? Is go around looking for explosives?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Great, then I won't worry about it. And she does like a motion like this, and all the assassins like group back up towards her, and she walks over to the sheds. And she does a very sprightly kind of like hop over the back, so she's sitting next to Igar again. And there's some sort of talking. I don't think any of you are close enough to catch it unless somebody wants to make some sort of cool roll. But she says something to Igar. Igar turns and looks over at Iona, who turns and looks at her and says something that involves some hand motions like this. And Marjorie Lavin just does that and gets up and walks away and starts walking towards the front door.
Get her, mama.
I think for sure, like, Lupa is escorting them to the door, which is kind of like their I'm not just gonna stay here and defeat kind of situations. Like the I'm not scared of you. Let's
Scare you.
So here's the downside. So Marjorie Lavin walks all the way out to the front door. Assassin number 1, Annika, turns around and hands you a big piece of fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically just like a big soaked like waxy cord, and just like puts it in your hand and starts walking off with Marjorie Lavin. And then Juna does the same thing, kind of like peels off and walks towards you and just like drops a note in your hand and peels off and follows Marjorie Lavin. And then assassin number 3, Miriam, with like the short wavy hair, just like looks at you and then just walks off.
I don't want to hurt them. They're so cool.
Yeah, Lupa's just like,
I imagine Miriam is like very short too. Just like,
Yes. Yep. Miriam is like probably 5 foot.
yeah. Oh my god, they're like a foot taller. Yeah.
It's so fun.
So I think definitely like escort them to the door,
Mhm.
and as all these pieces are just put into Lupa's hand, kind of.
Hmm?
I think it's a grumbling sigh now. It's like kind of the way that a dog does.
Mm,
before turning around and walking towards Maggie and Silo.
okay, and where are Maggie and Sila? Are they right behind Lupa now, or? Are
Yeah,
you
I think
Yeah.
Luba turns around and bumps into Maggie and Sila.
Hi.
Oh,
Is that for me or is that for you? I wasn't watching, but if I were, you got handed a note. Are you sure it's for you? It might be for me.
I think at this point they're gonna look at the note and see, is it for Lupo or is it for Meg?
It says, "Tell Maggie I will be in the garden."
Technically both.
I must away. I must.
Maggie,
What?
wait.
Oh yeah, they could be waiting there to kill me.
That's what I was going to say, but I'm not going to stop you. You're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Just be safe in many ways. Make safe choices. That's what I'm trying to say.
I've got like 4 knives on me. How much safer could I be?
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Just do make the right choice.
Mm-hmm. And the right choice in this case is to go meet the assassin in the garden.
Sure.
So many things could happen. She could try to kill me, or she could try to kiss me, or kidnap me. This is exciting.
I'm glad this is exciting for you.
Just do you want me? Do you?
I think Maggie turns to Lupa and does like a terrible impression of them. She just slumps her shoulder and goes,
Sila laughs. She like genuinely cracks Sila up. Maybe I should follow at a distance, and if anything like spicy begins to happen, I'll leave. Of course, I don't want to see that.
That's probably when they would want you to leave.
Do you want me to stay?
Only to make sure I don't die. But how will you know for sure? I'll be fine. I'm gonna go to the garden and forget about the other thing that I know is happening.
Okay.
At this party. So if
and
you see a
please
family of gingers, I don't care.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do if the bulls show up?
Where's Grimelin?
I have no idea.
Wait,
he was supposed to be your
we can't go to the garden. Where's Grimelin? We can't. No, damn it.
What if I go meet Juno?
No, I like Juna.
I don't want to meet her because of that. I just want to see what she wants to be.
Oh yeah. No, I should play hard to get. I got it. You're like my my wingman, right?
Yeah, just see what she wants with
Okay.
you. And if she has good intentions,
Right.
I can take her to a room for you.
Ew, no, I don't want to have sex in your parents' house. That sounds terrible. I wouldn't mind sex in your parents' garden because it's kind of like outside, but I don't want to have sex in your
Your
parents'
rooms are
house.
very nice. They're well taken care of.
I don't trust it. This whole place smells like sex. Oh, it smells like that place we stayed at.
It smells better than that place.
No, it smells the same. I have better smell than you do.
You're hurting my feelings a little bit, Maggie.
I'm sorry! Lupa, tell her!
I grew up here.
Tell
This is my
her
home.
that we know.
I'll go meet Juno, you find Gamelon. And then we'll switch. I'll take Gamelon and you take Juno. Deal?
Okay, just, make me sound cool.
Of
Like, maybe
course.
sound...
Song about you. I always make you sound cool.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
She's gonna go out to the garden.
Okay, that's gonna be fun.
Why are we like this?
So
I'm gonna find
Sila is going
Grimelin.
out to the garden. Okay. Real quick, Sila, what's your path to the garden? Are you going back through this main room and then out onto the patio like you did before, or are you going some other route?
I think she's going the route that she used to travel as she like knows as a child, and it's the route back through I think there's a route through her mother's study.
Okay.
That opens
nice. So
up
you're going to
into
go
the
secret door route. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. No
So
problem.
she wants to take Juno by surprise.
Yep. All right. So that's probably going to go real well for you. We got that covered. Inside, Maggie is looking for Gramelin.
Yes, and by extension, the fam bam. Wait, no,
Got
just
it.
the fam. No
Yeah.
bam.
Every
you guys-
time.
Yeah, you've been in this main area and you were just at the front door, so nobody got past you right there. But now looking into the main room, are you going to do like an awareness roll? See if
Yeah,
you can
that
find any
sounds
Gramelin?
good.
I think it's been a while since anyone was looking for him.
Yeah. 21.
Oh, cool. That's really good. So, number one, you do notice that Sila's parents have left. They're not in this main room anymore.
Gross.
They're not very good at being stealthy in this case. Also, you notice Gramelin hiding in one of these makeout nooks. And it is hiding because there is like this little curtain that can be drawn, and it is drawn all the way. And Gramelin is just standing here like this in it.
Oi.
What?
We have to be out and about so that they can find us when they get here.
I don't really. There's a lot to see that I would rather not.
Oh, it's, you just stay in the main area, and at least then all you see is furtive whispering.
No, I've seen a few other things that are not so furtive in the main area.
Well, just think of it this way. The more on display you are, the quicker the Vols will see you, the quicker we can take our conversation somewhere where the non-furtive things are happening.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Also,
yeah,
I suppose
not
it's probably
happening.
a bad idea to leave you alone by yourself because you would probably go do something.
Yes, I would probably go do something like walk or talk or drink or breathe. I know you hate those.
I wasn't referring to any of those activities.
I know.
But yes, those are all equally. Anyways, I'll just stay with you. That's fine.
Great.
So he's walking like this, like he is just stiff.
Mhm.
He looks like he's like a human pencil walking along, just like shoulders tight. Everything is just very rigid. He's kind of like doing that, like if you were a puppet and somebody was moving you kind of motion. Just like it looks very awkward.
Great. Don't if there are not the Vols come up to us, don't offer up the fact that we're cousins, because
Does that mean something different?
nope, it means what you think it means.
I think I require alcohol.
Yeah, good call. Alcohol.
Melon grabs 2 flutes of wine.
Great. I'm taking one of them.
No, he's holding onto them very strongly at this point.
Give it here.
As he starts drinking, that's the next
Give
one.
me the other one.
That's also mine.
No.
And you take a half flute of wine from him as the other half just sloshes out on the floor.
We're great. I'm so glad I'm doing this instead of the other thing I was gonna do.
I very much feel like we are cousins at this point. Yes, it's
Mhm.
excellent.
I thought someone said they were here already, but I do not see them.
I have not seen any of the Vols yet, and I had a fairly good hiding place from which to see them.
Well, if they're not gonna come, then we will just have to pay a visit tomorrow. And I am going to go do the other thing that I was going to do.
Fine. Nothing like being here all night for this, and then having to wait through everything.
Well, I don't know. Find something to entertain yourself.
No.
I mean, find someone to play a game of cards with.
Definitely not.
Go hang out with Lupa. They're boring.
That's actually the best idea you had so far, but... How could that go wrong?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
it's
argue
fine.
with it, can you? That's right.
You are correct. Lupa is by far the safest individual in this entire house.
Yep.
But do we still have business to transact?
Yes.
Oh.
Just
So it's
keep
not
an
actually an
eye
offer,
out. If you see them, I don't know, send a signal.
If I just tell you? What if I just walk up and tell you?
Yeah, I might be elsewhere.
He just drinks the rest of his wine.
I'll be around. I'll be within earshot there. So caw or something. Or cough really loud.
Fine. I'm going to find Lupa.
Okay.
And Gramelin walks off.
Maggie rushes toward the garden.
Yeah, Lupa, do we want to have some Gramelin and Lupa conversation before we hit the garden?
Oh my god.
Gramelin walks up like this, but now holding 2 more flutes of wine, and walks over towards you. This is the worst thing ever.
I think, like, Lupa tilts the head. For once, you may not be completely incorrect.
He hands over one of the flutes of wine to you.
Yeah, sure, Lupa will drink because witchers can't really get drunk.
Yeah, there will be no effect whatsoever. And so he just begins drinking a flute of wine. So
It is very awkward and quiet. I think Lupa's still on edge because of everything that just happened, and they also know that Juna's gonna be in the gardens, and so it's like, no.
I do love how we brought the awkward corner to this party that did not previously have awkward corners.
Every
That's
party
really
has
good.
an awkward corner. It has to.
I don't think this party ever has before. I think this is a new development.
We did this.
Yeah. There's probably some people who stand out front of this party and like think about going in but never actually do because they just know it's going to be too much. But I think getting this far and then having an awkward corner is an accomplishment. So let's zip over to the garden. I think our first arrival is in the garden. That's going to be Sila, because Sila knows all the secret ways of getting around in the house. Sila, you need to make an awareness roll.
Yeah, sure. An 18.
So cool. So when you're getting out into the garden, the first thing you notice is your parents are both out here.
Ew.
And
You
they're
sure
not
you want?
walking,
You sure you
like-
want to come out here?
No.
Yeah, also, as you're walking, they're walking towards the wall. Like, they're going out to the edge of the garden.
I just want to like duck down and watch them for a moment quietly.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so you're watching them, and dogs run by snarling in the background. This is
They're
me adding,
everywhere.
honestly, in my house, it is true right now. So, now that they've run away, so you've got the dogs, they're right there behind you. You walk over towards the wall, slowly, stealthily. They walk up towards the wall where they're acting very nonchalant. Like they're just like taking a stroll and they're holding hands and it's like, it looks very casual. And then they just like turn around. So they're both like leaning up against the wall and your father makes a motion like this and he's holding a wine flute again. But in the wine flute, it looks like he has something rolled up like a piece of paper and he just like makes a casual motion and throws it over the wall.
After he does that, does it look like they're walking back inside or are they just chilling?
They have a practiced pause where they have like a couple conversation beats and there's like a motion there and then like your mom puts her hand like across your dad's chest for just a second and then like they just start walking off like they're just casually strolling in a different direction.
When they get a little bit away, I want to go over to where they threw the paper and I want to see if there's someone picking it up or if I can duck over and try to grab it.
Okay, great thing. What's your roll going to be? Are you rolling stealth to get up there? Are you concerned about being stealthy?
Let me dip a little bit of these IP points in stealth real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's how games work. That's no problem.
And that'll go down to okay. And then I'll roll stealth. I'm gonna use my last reroll and reroll.
It's fair.
Uh,
Nice. Nice.
God damn it.
Okay. You stealth up to the wall. You're leaning over. You hear somebody like very quietly, like they're reaching down, and like you just hear like a little bit of like a joint popping sound, like when somebody's, getting down low, and they pick something up. You're looking over the wall,
Yeah.
and you see that person that you last caught trying to hop over the wall with the black hair and the like gray doublet, as he like reaches down, picks up the note, and slips it into his shirt.
Was his name Sasha?
Sasha, that's right.
She says, psst, psst, Sasha.
Sasha comes up with a knife for just a second. Like as he's leaning up, he grabs his knife and looks up at you. And he goes, "Hey, that's not this
Hi.
arrangement. That's not what we're doing.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too." Shh.
What's
Puts
that
the knife
say?
away. It's private.
I want to know.
I can't even do it off the top of my head. I don't have a code book on me.
Oh, it's a cipher.
Yeah.
Fine, have a good evening.
All right. Good seeing you again.
She just rolls her eyes and ducks back down.
Hey. He's now doing the thing where he leans over the wall.
She leans back over. What?
You're a singer, right?
Yes?
You did that wolf song.
Yeah.
That's just for Lauren. Okay.
I also did a song about a cat.
It's better.
Cracked harp.
What did he say? What?
The cracked harp. The
What
cracked
is
harp.
that?
It's a public house.
Do you want me to perform there?
Come by someday.
All right. Maybe.
Right. What? The cracked harp.
She just ducks back down.
You hear as somebody is walking off, they are whistling the melody from The Wolf on a Hill.
Ah.
Yeah, well, everyone's got their favorites.
And I think she's going to stand up and lean against the wall with her arms crossed, waiting for Juno.
Juna wanders in towards the middle of the garden. She looks like she's going towards like the maze portion.
Yeah, Scylla lets loose a high-pitched whistle.
Juna just like looks and just like turns on a dime and starts walking in your direction.
I don't think we've been formally introduced, Juna. I'm Scylla.
Yeah, you're the wrong one. Scylla, hi, Juna.
Yeah, she takes her hand and shakes it. I'm not the wrong one. I was told to come meet you instead, just for a moment.
That's not what I was going for.
Well, it's what we were going for. I have a couple of questions for you.
Well, go ahead then.
What are your intentions with my best friend?
She's smoking hot.
Yes.
Well, that is... You know what?
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
You on the mark there. I like that answer. You're not planning on like having sex with her and killing her after, or like kidnapping her, right? I need to know this
I wasn't planning on
before I
killing
allow
her or
you
kidnapping her.
to bone her.
No killing or kidnapping.
Can I roll? I just want to roll human perception just to make
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
God!
That's perfect. That's perfect. Leave it. Leave it.
Fuck!
Well, seems fine.
This is great. This is wonderful. Wonderful.
I mean, at least she thinks Maggie's smoking hot. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
truth.
I believe that 100% because it's fucking true.
It's just true.
I think Scylla looks Juna up and down. How'd you start working for Module Alvin?
Are we gonna do? All right, fine. I grew up in Novigrad, and unlike you, I didn't have parents or money, and so I joined a gang. And I made it out of that gang, which was a lot already. And I was already getting pretty good at killing people. And so I started working for Module Alvin. And at least I only have to kill a few people to get by in that game.
It's fair. Honestly, Juna, there's no judgment here. I would prefer you not to kill one of us, but
Well, if it
There
makes
is
you
no
feel
judgment
better,
here.
2 out of 3 of you are not on my list of people to kill. 3 out of 4. I forgot about your friend. What's she doing?
She's
Trying
busy
on dresses?
tonight. Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of that friend, I need to tell you something about Maggie. Just so, I assume this isn't anything serious, but you should know that Maggie's in love with Thrin.
No, shut up! No, I'm
Which
not.
one's Thrin again? Well, never mind. I can figure that out. It's got to be the other one.
Thrin is the one you haven't seen with us tonight, the very pretty one.
Yeah, she's hot too, I guess.
Just so you don't expect anything serious from Maggie.
It's like a lot. That's a lot more than I expected for just meeting someone in a garden.
Yes, of course. I just wanted you to know, no assassin, criminal type of love affair.
Yeah, that kind of ruins it.
But, you have my blessing for sex at least.
Yeah. You just tell your friend you didn't see me.
I'm going to. We have. I honestly, she's probably on her way now. I'm probably sure that if you give it about 5 more seconds, you'll hear her dresses.
Okay. And with that, Juna
Anyway,
just
it was nice
walks
to
up
meet
towards
you,
the wall
Juna.
and just vaults over it.
Maggie's just coming.
Probably. As you see Scylla talking to someone who is jumping over a wall, Maggie.
Maggie, you might want to go after her.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. She said to come meet her.
Liar!
I'm not lying. She said to come meet her. I guess she had assassin things to do.
Maggie turns around and goes back to her room.
All right. So, do we have other stuff we want to finish up in this part here?
Nope.
Yeah, I think Lupus is going to be keeping watch. And if the Vault don't show up, the Vault don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Scylla will be keeping Garmelon entertained for the night.
Okay. Yeah, Garmelon is just mostly mopey and like trying to avoid stuff. I think that's primarily where Garmelon's at. Let's say we get to like 30 more minutes into the party, and there's one of those things where a servant comes in and they've got a note that comes in from the Vols, and that comes in from Eleanor Vol, so the mom. And it's just like a very polite, like, the party is a very nice invitation, but unfortunately, I do not think I will be able to attend tonight. Perhaps this is something that we can do at a future point, and, best regards, Eleanor Vol. So just like a polite decline of the party for now.
It comes to Iona.
Yeah, it's just like a general Iona and Igar note. Actually, the invitation was from Scylla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes directly to Scylla.
Yeah, I think Scylla reads it and hands it over and or holds it up to Garmelon and is like, well, I guess your family isn't coming tonight.
I can't really say that I blame them. I don't see what they would want to do with this, but sometimes you just don't land the fish you're looking for, right? That's how fishing works, I believe.
I don't think I've ever been fishing before in my life.
In that case, as the expert at the moment, that's how fishing works. Sometimes you don't get the fish.
That makes sense. Well, I guess that will be something Maggie deals with tomorrow.
Well, the best news is that means we can all go to sleep and pretend that we don't hear anything at all tonight.
The walls are very insulated. You won't hear anything.
I do so wish that you are correct. I hope that is how things
I
go.
grew up in this house. I've never heard anything. Anyway, Garmelin, have a nice night.
Yes,
I'm going to
good
my room
night.
to get some rest.
Got it. Well, these dogs are running loose in the background, but other than that, does everybody's done with partying for tonight? We're ready to move on to a new scene? Okay. Do we want to have a breakfast scene, or do we want to cut ahead to midday?
I think Maggie is not on the premises for
Okay.
the foreseeable future.
Got it. So my proposal was we skip ahead to about midday and we go find the solemn writ. What does everybody think of that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So Lupe is going to be there. Sila's going to be there. Maggie's going to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're skipping ahead to the solemn writ. This is a small public house that's like thin but really long. Like it looks like a beer hall kind of thing. Like I'm thinking like a German beer hall, but it's also set in not the best part of town. We're going into the Bits in Novigrad, so this is like very like rough and tumble, but the area around it is very quiet. So as we're going through this, like you've seen a lot of people like begging on the sides of the streets. You've seen a lot of like dust and decay. Things are real run down. There have been a few, like a ways back, not nearby. There have been some people who are priests of the Church of the Eternal Fire, like talking and what's the term, proselytizing on the streets. But now here in this region, everything's gotten super quiet and it seems controlled for now. So we move back to the solemn writ. Big double doors, very scant light coming from inside. As things like open up, it feels like quiet and cold. So how are we going in?
I mean, Lupa's not going to go in with any subtlety. They're expected, and they know they gotta do this eventually, and they don't want to look like they're trying to get one up on Modulevin and piss her off. So
Yeah, I think Sila is just following Lupa's lead.
So it's real quiet. Again, the air outside is a little bit crisp, and inside it's like there's not really a lot of hearth type warmth. Nobody's heated this place up, so it just feels like a cold kind of like oppressive building, and it's really empty right now. When you walk inside, there's two people right behind the doors who are fairly like, they're indistinct thugs that are wearing like a lot of mismatched pieces, and they've got like big daggers, not really swords. And they're just kind of hanging out there by the door. But all the way in the back of the hall, there's a very long table like this that Marjorie Lalvin's sitting in the middle of, and her three assassins are standing behind the table next to her.
yep, Lupa will walk up. Now, probably keeping track of how many people in here.
Yeah.
A child yells in the background. Yeah, so probably just keeping an eye on stuff, but we'll walk over and if there's a chair, we'll sit down. If not, we'll stay standing.
Yeah, so when you walk all the way down, so you've seen the two people who are behind you. As you get further down about mid-hall, there's two more people who are just like leaning against pillars like this, where they're trying to look real casual. And then there's the three assassins and Marjorie Lalvin. As you get down to the table, there are like a series of chairs out in front, but it doesn't look like they've been moved to particular positions or anything. They're already there. So as you get down in front of the table, Marjorie Lalvin puts a hand out like you can just sit down.
Yeah, Lupa will sit and for a moment looks to Sila, and then just settles in.
Sila doesn't sit. She stands behind Lupa with her arms crossed like she's her bodyguard.
Roll reversal.
I know, it's so bad.
Roger Lavin says, okay, well, you made it here and you're not dead, so let's just get down to business. Do you know what the ruby stole is?
Enlighten me.
And this might be something that Sila would know. So let's see. Do you have anything here roll-wise? Sila, you can make a streetwise roll if you
Okay.
wanted to on this. Also,
A 22
Lupa?
crit.
Wow, dang.
26.
Okay, so there's no reason for Lupa 2, but if you wanted to for some reason, okay. So Sila, there is a rumor that you heard of, like in passing, as you were having people bark at you, getting ready for the party. Long story short, there is a rumor that someone has gone around in the noble circles and the better parts of town, where several people have been killed. They are mostly, but not exclusively, women. And they are killed with like a terrible red spray of blood all along. You know, like there's blood spilled everywhere when these people are killed in a very messy, gory fashion. And this has been deemed the Ruby Stole.
So
I think
vibes.
Sila's eyes get really wide. Like, it's obvious she knows what it is, but she doesn't say anything. I think her mother told her about it.
Okay, so one more time. Did you say you were telling Lupa anything about this, or no? You're just gonna?
No, she doesn't say anything. Her eyes. It's obvious she knows about it, but she doesn't speak up. She doesn't want to interrupt Madre Lalvin.
Marjorie Lalvin just like steeples her fingers and sits at the table. So you can see she's still got like the really pretty painted silver nails. And as she talks to Lupa, she says, look, kind of in that same area of the woods where the Igar and Iona live, there have been several murders. They're all very messy, very bloody, and they serve no purpose whatsoever. No money, as far as I can tell, has changed hands for any of these killings. So there's no reason at all for them to happen. People are calling it the Ruby Stole. I haven't seen anybody who can track it down. But I know a witcher.
And what exactly are you getting out of this?
Well, if it's competition and someone is getting paid for this, I want them caught and killed so that people go through proper channels when they want someone killed. If it's not something where people are getting paid to kill all of these people, that's also kind of bad for business because some of these people pay me money for this not to happen.
I was wondering where the personal benefits were going to come into this.
Well, I didn't even mention the highlight, which is this is something that sounds very dangerous. And if you're not successful in taking care of it, maybe it'll take care of you.
Yeah, I kind of picked up on that when you asked for a job.
Lupa doesn't exactly seem the current demographic for murders, though.
No, I don't think that's going to work. If only I knew a noble person's daughter who might just end up being killed in a messy fashion if they were standing in the wrong place.
Sila immediately shuts up.
So what? You want me to catch the killer, stop the killer? What is the exact constraints of the job?
I don't want you to do either of those things. I want you to find out who did it and then just kill them messily. And if they happen to be being paid for all of this, maybe you'll find that information out too, but at the least they'll stop killing people, and that's really all I need.
It's like, and let me guess, the only thing you're going to pay me is the fact that you're not going to try to kill me anymore.
Look, first off, you said you were retired. And if there's one thing I imagine people want in retirement, it's the peace of mind of knowing that they can go places without having to worry about people killing them. But did you want money as well?
This is a very complicated thing, clearly, if you're going to insinuate that my friend may be bait. I think I have other people who would be involved. My gang, or whatever you wanted to call it, I don't like that term, but...
Well, I mean, realistically, your friend doesn't need money. I've seen where she lives.
She doesn't live there most of the time.
That sounds like a choice. And as for your other friends, I don't know. Are they poor? Do they need money as well?
This is our work. We're on the road.
Let's make a roll.
Oh,
Let's do a
boy.
roll versus crime grandma.
Uh, What the fuck do I roll here?
Let's see. What's our business skill? You want to? I mean, you could try to roll something like. You could try to roll intimidation. You could try to roll persuasion. You could try to roll charisma. These are all things that are possible rolls.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I have nothing in empathy.
How
And
unusual for a Witcher.
I don't know if they're intimidating here, though. That's not how the roleplay's been going. So
Then let's just go ahead and have Lupa make a courage roll as Marjorie Lalvin tries to intimidate you.
I have a resist coercion, if that's the case.
Yeah, that works. That's good.
Yeah, cool.
That's good. Nice. Okay.
Exactly.
So Marjorie Lalvin says, fine. 500 crowns for spending money.
Fine.
All right. And she turns and looks, and Miriam walks over to the back. You hear like some coins roughly being thrown into a sack. And just like she walks out and just like tosses a pile of coins on the table to you. It's like 5 little sacks inside of a bigger sack.
I think Lupa like pauses. Because the last time they were the one being cheated out of shit. And so that's unsure whether to take this or not. Or if to get some further reassurance or not.
Did you...
I just need to know that this is not gonna backfire like the other time.
You know, I was thinking the same thing. I should probably send someone to watch you all. And real quick, human perception for anybody who wants to do this. But as this moment's going down, Marjorie Lalvin looks over to her right where Juna's standing, and Juna like steps around the table and walks over towards all of you. What? Okay, but roll again. Maybe it's just like a 1. Okay, that's not bad. That's not the worst ever. Okay, so I think we're good. Here's the thing. This is not spontaneous. This is definitely pre-planned. So, and Juna was just waiting for a cue as this all happens. Juna walks around from around the table towards your side and says, Juna's going to go with you two for watching.
If Lupa does this, then she's free of you.
If Lupa does this, I won't try to kill them anymore.
They're done then. Is that all right with you, Lupa?
I'd rather stop having this be in the way all the time. If this is what it means to get rid of a 50-year grudge, then so be it.
This all sounds all right to me then.
Great. Well, you all should probably leave. There will probably be a lunch crowd soon. You don't want to be here all day.
Yeah, Lupa will stand up and take the coin. Where should I? Well, actually, never mind. Your little bird here should be telling you updates, I guess.
Yeah, and Juna says, "Don't worry. I'll make sure she knows what's happening."
Great.
Let's
right.
get back to the estate. Marjorie Lalvin, do you have a list of who was attacked or anything of that sort that we can start looking at? Or does Juna know everything?
He points at Juna, and Juna goes like this.
All right, that's all we need then. Start.
Okay. So, you all turn and start going out of the hall?
Yep.
Okay. As you're taking that long walk down the hall, Juna's walking lockstep next to Silent. She says, "You know what? I don't know if your friend has really been considering all the options."
What do you mean?
I mean, your other friend, she's fine. But
What
she just
talking about?
maybe they've just been alone too long. Maybe she just needs some other options out there.
We'll talk about it later, alright? We have to work on this.
We don't have to talk about it all. But I think I'm going to talk to Maggie.
That's what you want.
And yeah, just subtle nods and out, doors open out into the streets of Novigrad. All right, let's see. We're gonna go on to. Do we have any Maggie scenes we want right now?
Not really.
Okay.
She's tracked down the Vol house. I think that's what she spent her time doing, and if she was able to find it, then she like climbed up on a nearby roof and has been watching it.
Okay. It's real quiet. It seems exceptionally so. There aren't servants who go in and out or anything like that, any sort of like big numbers. The Vol house, it looks nice. It's in the area called Gildorf, which is actually fairly close to where Silas' family lives. So they've got like a little bit of a hill and like a cliffside view. Things are very clean and neat. Yeah, I would say early morning there was a carriage that went out, and you've probably gotten a chance to see Emmerich and Joseph Vol. I don't know if Maggie would recognize them by sight.
Probably not.
Okay, but we do know that Emmerich is face claimed by Ian Glenn, so he is kind of tall, rugged looking. You know, he's got the male pattern baldness thing going, but otherwise he's got like kind of a shock of like that blonde red hair. He's dressed very finely as for court. And Joseph, who is the eldest of the siblings, face claimed Damian Lewis. I'm doing pasting so that I can describe people. Looks really similar, and Joseph looks like, out of all the siblings, he definitely looks the oldest. Like he's got that a little bit of weather on him, but also, like, you know, still like very red hair. He kind of walks in a way that I would describe as pompous. He has kind of an air when he's walking. So the two of them get into a carriage, and the carriage drives off, and it seems to go in the direction of like the center of Novigrad, like they're going to go speak to important people about important business, which would probably leave Egon and Eleanor alone at home. So, yeah. There's other estates nearby, but, you know, of course, nothing's like touching walls or anything like that. Yeah, big gardens, big open lawns.
Yeah, I think she just is watching. That's her plan for the day.
Okay. Well, I think you're going to get a pretty good bead on what's going on. Do we want to, like, do some sort of... Do we want to make, like, a case the area roll specifically for these grounds?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because I could see that making sense. So let's go for just, like... Let's say this is like a 14 to case this specific estate, and just like get an idea of...
Okay. Where's my... There it is. 16.
Okay, so you've got a good idea of the landscape. You know where things are at. You see this like big hanging cliff face. There are some servant type outbuildings, like maybe sheds or like, you know, buildings like that that are for maintenance of the yard. A few big hedges. You've got the main building itself. You've got the ice maker in the background. There's like a stable yard, and at the far end of that, it looks like there's a place for like a barn for horses.
Okay.
So you see all these things, and you've got a pretty good idea of where you can go and what you could get into if you needed to next time you're here.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's just her plan for the day.
Okay. And so personally, I'm thinking based on where we're at with all of this, and then thinking about wrapping Thrin into this next time, we just kind of hold where we're at and we get ready for our next stage as we try to figure out what's going on with the Vols and possibly all these terrible murders.
Yes.
Yay! This is fine. Well, cool. Well, good. Oh boy.
Yeah, it'll go super well.
Yep. All right. Let's wrap up with our normal closing stuff. Let's go and see our wonderful people tell us who they are, what we can find on the internet, all that good stuff. Let's start off with our GM, Hans. Hans.
Hello, I'm Hans. I will be here next week for more Crimson and Ash as we try to figure out what we're doing with ourselves and keep moving forward, fighting evil monsters in the darkness, like usual.
This is just a normal killer, right? Definitely not a monster. I say it, I doubt myself if those words come out of my mouth. Katie, hello, Katie.
I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at KatieFace. I play games on Off the Table through the week. Anything I do, I post on my Twitter, so that's the best place to find me.
Yay! And we didn't have Lindy today because internet gremlins, but please go check her out over on Twitter. Hopefully we will have her back next week. Hopefully the internet people get their shit together for her to be back here because we miss her. I'm interested to see what Thrin was up to this entire time while shit was going down. I'm sure it'll be fine. Lauren, what about you? Where people find you, all that good stuff?
Lauren, I'm that salty ginger over on the Twitter. You can find me here Saturdays, Sundays, and Tuesdays. And that's it for me.
Yeah, and I'm Kiana. You can find me over on Twitter at KianaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing when I'm not here. I'm mostly just here on the channel, though. I'm the GM for a Tuesday campaign of Burnbright. Otherwise just a player in their Saturday games. All that good stuff. Run to channel stuff real quick. First off, a shout out to our wonderful sponsors. That includes Roll20, that includes Dice Envy, that includes Grinding Coffee Co., and that includes Art House Orion Games. They're all wonderful people who make wonderful things, and we greatly appreciate them and everything they do. We love their stuff, they love us, and it all works out really nicely. If you ever miss an episode or want to rewatch one, we've got a YouTube channel. Please go check that out and subscribe. We generally upload the VODs during the week between our shows. If not, it's usually Twitch's fault, so don't blame me. So go check that out. And of course, follow us on Twitter and on Twitch to find us when we go live. We tweet out usually when we go live for our regular series or for when we do impromptu video game streams or other cool stuff on the internet. We will be back live probably tomorrow. We're thinking about doing a video game stream-ish, so we'll sort that out. We'll figure that out. Otherwise, Tuesday for Against the Stars, our Burnbright campaign. Saturday for Pulp Cthulhu, Max and Nyarlathotep, and of course, next Sunday for another episode of Crimson and Ash, where drama happens. It happens all the time. But yeah, we'll sign off for today, and we'll catch y'all later.
Okay, there we go. Bye.